G19 and 65, said there's one thing keeps him alive. When he's out by his sheep, he's walking knee deep in that good old Mountain Dew. They call it that good old Mountain Dew. Yes, they will. It's out where his sheep take a food. He works up the sweat and his boots get all wet, walking in good old Mountain Dew.
Well, hey, Motor Warriors, I hope you enjoyed that. Speaking of Mr. G 1965, don't forget that VAM 24, July 11th through the 14th in Tazewell, Virginia, is coming up soon. And you're welcome to join us, whether you ride a motorcycle or not. It's a family-friendly get-together. If you ride bike, that's great. We just, have a good time all the time. Even in a vehicle, car, the scenery and everything is so beautiful. So come and join us. We'd love to have y'all. You don't need to be a motovlogger either. The second time I've been out to Utah to see my son, my oldest son and his family. He got a job transfer promotion, ended up out in Utah. And the first time we took a bike, the second time I was going to take the bike again, but they had a blizzard kind of late in the season, and he said there's still snow in the mountains, and you could see there was snow in the mountains. But in some areas, there was no snow, and the weather was actually warm, fairly warm. The roads were fairly clear. Unless we were at higher elevations where there was snow, it was actually pretty, warm. I wish I would have taken the bike. But we went to some place that's called Promontory, which is where the Central Pacific and Union Pacific, I think, railroads came together back in the 1800s, and it was a pretty cool deal. But we got near there, and there was a sign telling about it, and we read the sign, and we found out what it would cost to go in and just look at the area. It's like a big deal, so we said forget it. But it's kind of up just northwest of Brigham in that area. But we were riding out there, and when you see the area, it's like you went from an area of high elevation and snow into something that was more like barren and dry and desolate. It's amazing the change of scenery and the environment that's in that area. It was pretty wild. And up in this area, as we were getting close to this area that he was taking in, that stuff that looks, kind of wide off to the side wasn't snow, except for up in the mountains back there. But it's all like salt and stuff. That whole area has pockets of salt and mineral deposits. And this gravel road was amazing. That little thing to the right there, I think my son said they call it Rattlesnake Ridge. And as we started getting closer on that gravel road, we realized real quick why they called it Rattlesnake Ridge. I mean, we saw so many rattlesnakes. It's just unbelievable. But you can see this mucky looking water stuff here. Like I said, that's all like salt mixed in with some different minerals and junk like that. It looks pretty nasty. I mean, I don't know how anything lives out there. Why would you want like farmland out in something like that? There's grass doesn't really grow there or anything, but this is where the original railroad, they had these little strips of high ground that they put right through all that stuff so that the train could go across it. I mean, back in its day, that was like a pretty major feat, and they went, I think it was like 10 miles or something in the last 24 hours or whatever it was. It was amazing how fast they went. They put several teams on and just bam, 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 and they brought it together really quick. But yeah, it made me wonder how many people actually got bit by snakes that were out there. Some of these might be a double shot of the same snake, but some of them are actually different snakes. You move just a little ways and there's another snake. You move, there's another snake. I mean, I thought about getting out and getting a closer shot of one of the rattlesnakes, but I'm not stupid. I'm not one of these people that gets out and sticks their camera in the face of a buffalo to get charged. I mean, but yeah, we're leaving there. We're coming out the other side on the road, and it starts getting less gravel and more asphalt. And it's kind of like how blended type road, kind of like a lot of the roads back in East Tennessee. And as we were getting out of there, you could kind of see the change in scenery. And then you'd come up another little section that was more gravel again, and then guess what? You'd see more rattlesnakes, because the air was still kind of cool, and snakes like having to, they'll go out and they'll lay in the rocks and lay on the gravel road and try and warm themselves up, and that's what was going on. But so what do you do after you wash your car from going through the salt flats? The next day you go through this and you get all covered in dust, and you end up writing your name in the back. But anyway, Motor Warriors, hope you enjoyed that. I'll be putting more stuff from this trip in the future. Remember to live your life with the heart of a Viking warrior.